check his phone when he goes in. Does it tonight or
no chance?
I also figure that the same way.
There we go.
When I originally saw this game on the schedule, I was like, God damn it. Brad tells me the Blizzard just played today.
Yeah, they played Red Deer this morning and won 8-5. Red Deer was also tired because they played in Edmonton last night and didn't get home till 1. And their game was at 10.
Perfect. You're a wizard, man. How are you doing all this shit? I can't prove any of that.
Barkley, who will take to the floor tonight. He missed a little bit of time earlier on. It looks like number 25, Ryder Istis, is back with the team as well. He is a very crucial face-off man, I've come to understand, Dawson. So what does it mean to have those two big bodies back in the lineup?
Yeah, Drew's a big fifth-year guy. He's definitely bringing some leadership in, just a locker room guy for sure. Ryder Istis, he's a big, hard-hitting guy, and he controls that face-off. And if he doesn't win it, he makes it a loose ball, and that ball team works hard on getting loose balls at every practice. So, I mean, if he can make it a loosey, Mavs have a good chance of taking away possessions.
I will say that was a notable struggle for the Mavs last weekend against the Silvertips, with just in the face-off dot. How important is it to start with the ball?
It's very important because it chips away at possessions, and the less possessions you can give to the other team, the more time you have to score, the less they have to score, and just controlling that dot. If you score, it's kind of like a score you make it, take it kind of deal. If you have a good face-off guy and you score, he's going to get that ball back and you guys can go back down and score again. If not, if it's a 50-50, you got to work harder, but if you don't have a winning face-off guy, you kind of know that, hey, they're going to get the possession here, and if they score, they're getting one right back. So you kind of have to make sure your possessions are worth it.
It's a crucial part of the game, and Ryder Istis will see if we can improve that stat for the Mountainview Mavericks as we pause quickly for O Canada. Back with face-off. This barn is absolutely juiced up for a Saturday night of lacrosse. It's Bear Van Klooster, Dawson Mailer with you this afternoon. It should be a wonderful one. Of course, Dawson, two great teams in the Rocky Mountain Junior B Tier 1 Lacrosse League, and good tilt. And something's going to give tonight. Both these teams 6-4-1. The Mavericks looking to get to 7 wins. It'll be very impressive if they can do so, and it'll be very beneficial in the standings as well. But meanwhile, Winnipeg, always a tough task. What do the Mavs have to do right tonight in order to be successful?
The key, I think, is it starts with the goaltenders here. I think Swan's got to start off hot. I think the Mavericks can beat this Tendy here tonight as he's playing his second game today. That equipment gets heavy after some time, so I think definitely if Swan beats that Tendy, I'm pretty sure both offenses can go tilt to tilt and defenses can go hit for hit, and I think the Mavericks will come up with this one.
Andrew Isabay will be the starting goaltender for the Winnipeg Blizzard. Meanwhile, it's Alex Swan in between the pipes for your Mountainview Mavericks. And we're missing Kai Klass today as well. He'll be a healthy scratch. We're also without Grayson Admison, still out with that concussion. But meanwhile, the Mavericks are underway, and they've won the opening faceoff as well. The first possession goes towards the Mavs and starts out with a fury. Here's Jace Dolinsky, who carries in. Had a power play goal last Sunday. Hands off, and now the offense will get it set up with Hayden Sutherland. Sutherland takes a step in, turns towards the middle. Doesn't like what he sees, will dish off. Hildebrand now. Luke Hildebrand, 5 goals on Sunday. Lets one fly, and that's a good save for Isabay right off the bat. Winnipeg playing their second game of the day, their third in 24 hours. And boy, oh boy, taking a beating there. Coming over the line was Carter Ouellette, but Ouellette will lose the handle there. Back the other way, here's Jace Dolinsky. Number 9 for the Mavericks, peels off to the right-hand corner, waits for reinforcements to come over. Now Benko's got it. Riley Benko gets sent up. Waits for some offensive support to come out there. Baumung has it now. Ryder Baumung trying to weave his way around. Now we'll find an open man back to Benko. Benko sees Hildebrand. He gives it to him. Hildebrand back on over, looking for Barkley. Lost the handle there, but will quickly gather. Just 3 seconds on the shot clock. Has to let fly, and does exactly that. But a loose ball right in the crease is gobbled up, and it'll be a Winnipeg possession. Here come the Blizzard now. Left-hand side of the floor, being chased by Brandon Harnick. Trying to get an advantage here is Zach Tinley. Tinley pulls up, will dish off. A shot coming, and that one is gloved down by Swan. A nice save. Good outlet pass from the Mavs goaltender as well as Harnick gets over the line. Harnick waiting for his offensive troops to get out there. And in comes Remy Pinchot. Sutherland now. Cuts into the inside, has a lane, fires one on, and that's swallowed up. Isbay had it for a second, but then the Blizzard will pop onto the rebound. Healthy whack there by Pinchot, and that's going to draw a call. Delayed penalty coming up towards the Mavericks, so a little bit of extra power play time here for the Blizzard as they get set up. It's Andy Angus. DeLaron has it now. Down it comes. 3 DeLaron brothers, by the way, so we'll have to specify that next time for you. But out there now firing one on Wyatt Gallagher, but just at the end of the shot clock. That draws the whistle. The call coming up here as well, Dawson. What's it going to be?
That's a pin shot, 2 minutes for Slash. He doesn't make an attempt at that stick, and it's as you're going to the change box, you take yourself out of the play, and slashing a guy or hitting a guy is just obviously a penalty because you're making no attempt to do what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that one was coming off on a change there as well. Just a healthy whack into the transition player, and that draws a call. No doubt about that one. It's a power play coming up first of the evening for the Winnipeg Blizzard. It'll be Seth DeLaron who starts with it. He dishes back. Now he's got it again. Now off to the left-hand side, looking to set up some offense here with brother Xander. Right-hand side now comes back to Seth. Here's Xander, back to Seth. Xander now, back to Seth. Little pitch and catch. Seth will take a turn now. Gives it back to Xander. Xander will fire one on, and that comes off the leg of Swan and into the corner. Collected here by the Mavericks as we've got a whistle down there as well. What happened, Dawson?
It's a loose ball interference, but it was a poor call on my books.
There we go. There's the color commentator's position on the matter. Here we go. Back from the offensive possession. Seth DeLaron playing pitch and catch here with number 21, Wyatt Hoffer. DeLaron's got it again. Now down left-hand side. Comes back out. Xander back over to Seth. Now right-hand side. They fire one on. That was Gallagher. And that one is swallowed up here by Alex Swan. Mavs have it now. A little bit of room to get themselves over the line. Racing over is the captain, Riley Lodemeyer. Riley Lodemeyer races all the way into the corner. Turns up. Feels a couple of checks here from Seth DeLaron. Lodemeyer, nice pass out to Hayden Sutherland, who's got a break. He shoots. Great save made by Asby, and Asby is flying all over the floor, but the ball stays out. Isabay with a couple of beautiful saves there as the Mavericks are short-handed. Flying in was Ryder Baumang. That was an excellent looking opportunity as well. Down the last 40 seconds of power play as the Blizzard have picked up the ball. Now they make their way over half. A little bit of a limp there from Wyatt Hoffer, who will dish off. Now the power play will get back out there. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 23 on this power play. Seth DeLaron turns it over, back the other way. It's Jay Stalinsky on a breakaway. And he scores! Initially denied, but that ball finds the back of the net. One bounce there for Jay Stalinsky, a short-handed tally.
Yeah, you can tell those DeLaron brothers play up top there. They know where they're going to be. They're going to pass. They're going to set it up there. And they're taking it too casual. And Stalinsky figures that out, I guess. Jumps the pass, picks it off, and just goes to the races. And caught a bounce there.
Jay Stalinsky, a short-handed tally, and he puts the Mavericks up 1-0 here. 4 minutes and 8 seconds into this contest. Ryder Istis, big man to the faceoff dot. You can see how beneficial it is to have him back in the lineup. He wins possession here for the Mavericks.
He's 2 for 2 tonight so far.
Not bad. That's what you like to see out of your faceoff man. Meanwhile, the Mavericks send this one out of play, so out come the Blizzard. 1 second of power play remaining. It's now expired, so back to even strength lacrosse here on a Saturday. Aaron pass there from Xander DeLaron, and the ball is in the neutral area. It's eventually gobbled up there by Gallagher. He'll kick that one over to Andy Angus. Angus winds, fires one on, and Swan saves it. Swan now headmans up the floor. He's got Brandon Harnick. Harnick's away, cuts to the inside, can't quite get a clean shot off, and goaltender Isbay will swallow that up. Winnipeg now. They'll transition up the floor. A little bit of pressure there from Brandon Harnick, trying to force him to the outside. That was Drew Barkley, I beg your pardon. Meanwhile, it's the Blizzard who get things set up. Andy Angus, left side. Here comes Laurent, and Laurent runs out of real estate there. Swan gets enough of it. Back the other way, it's Riley Lodemeyer. 1-on-2 scenario. Tries to get a shot off. Wasn't clean, though, and the ball will trickle back out, but the Mavericks do hold possession. Drew Gardner now. Gardner dishes off. Luke Hildebrand comes in, has a little bit of speed, fires a shot on, and that's shoulder to side. Comes into the left-hand corner. Mavericks digging away, but it'll be the Blizzard who pick it up. And they've got it over half. Looking to set up a little bit of offense now is Winnipeg. Mavericks putting a high press on here. Blizzard do continue on, though. Wyatt Gallagher has it. Dishes off the left-hand side. That is a tough pass, and Ryder Istis gets a piece of it. Now he picks it up. Istis goes right up the wall. Right-hand side, Mavericks coming over, a 3-on-3. But now looking to get a change in. It'll be Steele who dishes off. Remy Pinchot. Ignore the buzzer. We continue on here. Drake May gets it down to Hayden Sutherland. Sutherland, a nice feed out for Pinchot. Just lost the handle. It'll be the Blizzard who gather up. They come over the half. Left-hand side, 2-on-2. Going right towards goal. A good save by Alex Swan. That was off the stick of Carter Ulett. Now back the other way. In transition quickly. Luke Hildebrand. He misses the target.
Off the iron.
Off the iron, says the official there. So rocked the net a little bit, did Luke Hildebrand. 5 goals last Sunday. He's got it again. Hildebrand fires one on, and that's a nice save by Isbay. Winnipeg's on the rebound first. Drake May putting the pressure on. They might force a turnover here as well. Again, good checking there by Ethan Hildebrand. They've got it. They fire one on. That was a nice looking shot from Jordy Benko. Mavs have it once again. A fresh shot clock as well as Ryder Baumang is in control. Dishes off. This is Riley Benko now. Benko fires one. That's wide of the target. Jordy looking to get there. Ran the ball over, and it's still trickling all over the place. Winnipeg gets over half. Here's a breakaway the other way. An opportunity for Brendan McDonald, and he scores. McDonald finds the back of the net, ties it up for Winnipeg. 1-1. 12:45 to go here in the first.
That's a great finish there by Brendan McDonald, I believe.
McDonald, I'm going with.
Yeah, assisted by Xander De La Roe on the transition there. He picks it up and makes a flip pass from behind the back. It's pretty fancy by them anyways. Great finish.
Nice skill play right in front of us here at the referee's crease sort of thing. A nice flip over the shoulder pass by Xander De La Roe, and that was quite the move, and the Winnipeg Blizzard have answered right back. Mavs shorthanded goal is off the board. It's a fresh game at 1-1. Back the other way, Winnipeg looking to get the offense set up again with Evan Fielding. Fielding still got it. It wraps around the Mavericks net. Now looks to center it, but that's broken up here by the Mavericks. Good defending by Drayton Myris. And looks like he's drawn a call as well. What's happening here, Dawson? Who's going on the power play?
Fielding 2 minutes for high stick would be my examination. I'll wait for the call here because it could be a slash.
It is indeed a slash, and it is indeed the Blizzard heading to the box here.
My mistake. No, it is Evan Fielding.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Evan Fielding is the Blizz heading to the box right now, and here's a great chance for the Mavericks to answer back after allowing the game-tying goal just 20 seconds ago. They head to the power play, and Hayden Sutherland is going to kick things off. There he comes. Pitch and catch happening, but he's got it right back. Sutherland back over for Pinchot, but Pinchot lost the cradle, but he does find the ball again. Ballman, Sutherland. Winnipeg set up pretty tight here out to the outside. It's Pinchot who fires on, and that one is gobbled up by Isbay. The second time the goaltender has kind of fallen over like that. Maybe a factor of fatigue as the Blizzard are playing their second game on this Saturday.
It says equipment, it's too big. You can't feel where that ball is, to be honest with you.
That's kind of what it looks like. Blizzard setting up here. They are the short-handed side, but looking to take as much time off as possible. Seth De Laurent. of 3 De Laurent brothers playing today. This is Seth winding his way around the Mavericks end. He's got some sort of issue with the shot clock today, so they're counting it out loud. 3 seconds remaining as they'll just shovel it down into the Mavericks zone. And Mavs will have an opportunity to head back into the offensive end. 1 minute of power play time remaining now as Jay Stolinski will look to get things set up. Stolinski's got a goal already this afternoon. Or this evening, I should say. Hildebrand, down low he goes. Sutherland. Back to Hildebrand. 44 seconds of power play. Hildebrand dishes off. Pinch shot will fire on, and that one's gobbled up by Isbay. I think we're getting a timeout being called here, Dawson. What's going on?
I think goalie elected to have some water.
No, I think we're getting the shot clock looked at as well, as there is a malfunctioning shot clock here. Both of them actually not working the way they should be, so the timekeepers are going to take a look at that because it does help the broadcasters a lot as well, I've noticed. But it's been a decent start to this game so far. Mavericks went up 1 with Jay Stolinski on a shorthanded tally, but it was a breakaway from Brendan McDonald after a beautiful over-the-shoulder pass by Xander De Laurent that has tied this game up. 35 seconds of power play does remain here for the Mavericks, but it'll be a blizzard ball once we come out of this technical timeout. Just getting it sorted out. Shot clock also reads 11-7 in favor of the Mountain View Mavericks. Andrew Isabay has certainly been the busier goaltender to start this contest. I would say the Mavericks have had the more high-quality opportunities.
Yeah, some coming from that power play, like the fancy passes there, moving it around. I kind of like to have Hildebrand shoot that shot if he's right up top, but dishing it off the pin shot isn't the end of the world.
Certainly see Remy Pinchot a little more involved in the offense throughout the opening stages of this game. Back the other way, though, short-handed are the Blizzards still. Trying to take some time off is Zach Tinley. 22 on the shot clock. I believe that's all sorted out now. Tinley still got it. Dishes his way out and then fires his shot on, and Swan stops that. In transition, the Mavericks have just 8 seconds of power play left. Haven't really been able to set up cleanly. Riley Lodemeyer will head in. Luke Hildebrand's out there. We're back to even strength. Both sides 0 for 1 on power plays. Mavericks have it in the offensive zone. Jay Stolinski, left-hand side of your screen. Now we'll dish out to the top for Luke Hildebrand. To the right side now, Pinchot fakes the shot. Now we'll take one. I was looking for the skipper, but just kind of spiked that one off the ground and out of play, so the Blizzard will pick it up here. Opportunity to work their way out is Reese White tasked to do so. White takes a couple of healthy whacks from some Mavs defenders, but White still moving his way into the offensive zone. Then eventually loses the handle, has to take it over half. So here's an opportunity. Ethan Hildebrand's away. Hildebrand fires and just misses the target. Swallowed up by Chase Thonendell. Sliding around out in the offensive zone. An errant pass here from the Blizzard that ends up on the Mavs bench, so the Mavericks have an opportunity to pick it up. Quick outlet from Steele. Steele heads off. Offense heading out there now. Devin Gardner's got it. Riley Benko. Now it's with Baumung. Spin cycle here, still has possession, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sutherland has it in the middle, and that is swallowed up by Isabay.
They had a couple extra feet of real estate, but didn't use it, but didn't work out. Here we go, turnover.
There's an opportunity for the Mavs. Drake May just couldn't hang on to that one. Riley Benko chases down his own pass. Benko, May, but we've got a call coming up. It looks like a foot was in the crease.
Either in the crease or ran through it before he caught the pass.
Out they come. Blizzard with it. Brendan McDowell, I beg your pardon. He's got the goal already in this game. Dishes off though. Looking for support from his teammate in Will Angus. Now they get sent up. Looking for Corin Wiley. Wiley's got it again. Wiley fires. Swan's looking for it. And the Mavericks keep it out of their cage. Whoa, taking a tumble there was Ryder Istis. He's back up though. Istis missed some time with an injury, but a long pass up the floor is an errant one from the Mavericks, and that's going to result in a turnover. So possession, Winnipeg. 1-1 is the score as we approach the 8-minute mark of the first period. Dish off now. Seth DeLaurent tries to get one towards goal. Now it's broken up by the Mavericks. Now a long pass out of the zone. Looking for Luke Hildebrand down there. Hildebrand's in a battle now against two Blizz players. Push towards the outside, gets a nice feed in. Sutherland's looking for it. A little bit of room now to work with. Sutherland pulls away, now looking for a pass out. It's intercepted cleanly by the Blizz, but then quickly cleaned up the other way by Eastern Urban. Offense can stay out there. Fresh shot clock as well. It reads 25. Gardner. Sutherland. Left-hand side has a lane. Fires one on, and not sure if that one made it towards Isbay or not, but meanwhile the Blizzard pick it up. Back the other way they come. One-on-one. Now it's a breakaway. 1-on-0 and a great backtrack. What defense played by Drew Barkley. What an effort.
I got to throw respect to Tinley there. He blocked that shot on Sutherland and then went coast to coast, but Drew Barkley with the excellent effort.
And now there's a loose scramble right in front of Swan. He's looking for it as Swan will eventually settle that ball down, but a funny bounce there off the end wall. Chase Dolinsky now. He's got to move it over half, and he'll do exactly that. Dolinsky thought about going left. Now we'll have to turn the other way. Eats a stick to the face, and that will in fact draw a power play coming up for the Mountainview Mavericks. Dolinsky, though, going to try to take advantage of this man advantage while they can. Dolinsky, Gardner. Gardner hands it back to Dolinsky. Dolinsky now low shot on, and that one is saved by Isabay. That'll eventually draw the whistle. Call coming up here, Dawson. What's it look like?
Looks like 2-minute high stick. Yeah, slash. So he's not giving a high stick right to the helmet, so it might be a little lost because that was a clear high stick.
Yeah, I'd say so. We had a pretty good vantage point of that one.
Right in front of us there.
Dolinsky ate a stick there, and he gets a 2-minute power play for his troubles, and he'll start possession. Dishes off for Luke Hildebrand. Set up in the corner this time around is Hayden Sutherland. Maybe a little unusual, or at least not what we're used to seeing. Dolinsky, Pinchard, down low. Now it's back to Sutherland. He'll fire one on, and the rebound comes out. It's going to cross half here, and chasing it down is Jace Dolinsky. Dolinsky forces it back a little bit further, looking for some help from his goaltender in Swan, but those two can't link up, and now Dolinsky pushes his man into the corner. That's Wyatt Hofer doing a good job here, shorthanded. Hofer again pushing that ball around in the Mavs end. Now he's got it in the cradle. 20 seconds on the shot clock here. Blizzard look to take as much off as they can. Carter Ouellette has it. Ouellette has no intentions in shooting here, though. They're just looking to rag this ball as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, it's an excellent effort by Hofer. He's killing 30 seconds and wasted 20 by himself down there.
Long shot through from the Blizzard. It's off the mark, though, so the Mavericks will have an opportunity to pick it up here. 1 minute exactly of power play time to work with as the offense comes over the boards.
There comes the second unit.
Sutherland still out there, though. So too is Luke Hildebrand. Back to Sutherland. Hildebrand. Sutherland. Top of the arc, Sutherland shoots, and this one's swallowed up by Isabay. No rebound this time around, so that's a quick possession there for the Mavericks, just lasting the 25 seconds. Back the other way now, 15, I beg your pardon. Back the other way, here's McDonald, I should say. McDonald still has it, gets up to the top of the arc. More time killing here from Winnipeg. Taking a bump there is Andy Angus, but the pass was a successful one across the way for Reese White. White spins away from two Mavericks players. White dishes off into the corner. Tough one to hang on to this time for Carter Ouellette. Ouellette now battling against a trio of Mavs players, but eventually Mountain View does dig that away. They're away to the races. Right-hand side, Jordy Benko. Now it's Luke Hildebrand. 8 seconds on the power play here. Looks like the Mavs are going to be 0 for 2 so far this evening. Hildebrand's got it, looks over his shoulder, sees who's coming to join him. It's Jace Dolinsky, but Hildebrand fires, and he scores. Luke Hildebrand continues his torrid pace, and it's 2-1 Mavs. 5 goals last Sunday. He's got one this first period, and he's got exactly what the Mavs needed, a go-ahead goal. It's 2-1 Mountain View.
That's a great shot by Hildebrand there, and I'm going to remember back to little Benko getting that ball up the floor, so he gets an assist on my sheet. I have no idea if the refs give it to him here until I look at it. But great shot by Hildebrand. Coach elects him to wait, but he looks off coach and says, no, I'm going to shoot, because that's a dangerous shot. If he misses, that guy coming out the box here would have a breakaway.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling it, no doubt about that. He's been in such great form since joining the Mavericks earlier this season. Meanwhile, it's the Blizzard looking to answer right back. Much the same way they did last time, but this time trying to set up a little bit of offense here. Andy Angus lost his footing and then lost the ball eventually as well, as the Mavericks are the first to it. Riley Lodemeyer dishes out. Harnick ahead. Jordy Benko now. Riley Benko. One of the Benkos dishes off for Hildebrand.
Older brother Riley.
Here comes Sutherland. Takes a step in, now back to the outside. He's lost his man. Great shot off for Sutherland, just missed the target. Nice handles throughout that small area. Now back away comes Winnipeg. Looking to get set up. A little bit of collision there. No call coming up. The Mavs might have avoided one on that instance. Left-hand side, big battle against Reese White. White manages to hold on possession, now dishes across Xander Delaron. Delaron now low shot, now firing one on out of the corner, but off the post was Wyatt Gallagher. Gallagher shot off the post, ricochets all the way to Luke Hildebrand, who's away, and Hildebrand misses the target. That ball ends up out of play, but good end-to-end action here. 3:02 remaining in the first period. Mavs up 2-1.
Yeah, I think we caught a break there as that one just nailed the post or crossbar.
Here come Winnipeg, firing one on. That was a nice effort by Andy Angus, but it'll be Swan who hangs on to this. Swan for Lodemeyer, who takes it over half. Lodemeyer dishes off, or fake dish off. Now Lodemeyer sees some troops coming over the boards. It's Remy Pinchon. Pinchon's got it. Dishes off. Barkley back on over. That's a good effort by the Mavericks. A better save. Isbay kept that one out. Fresh shot clock to work with now. One-handed pass off from Drake May ends up with Hayden Sutherland. Sutherland now, a couple of turns. Got a little bit of room, but just as he went to fire one on, the stick got tapped. Ball comes loose. Now Winnipeg's the first on it. Back the other way. Here they come with Corbin Wiley. Wiley scores. Wiley with all sorts of dangles there on Alex Swan. He makes no mistake, puts it in the back of the net. It's a 2-2 game with 2:04 to go in the first.
I always say if you're one-on-one with the goalie and you don't score, the goalie made a save and that is your fault. I can't let Alex Swan take blame for that. I got Pinchon with the late change here. He definitely could have stepped up, played the guy, but instead he elects to change. That way you're adding 10 more feet for this guy to get out to the middle. If Pinchon was a second earlier, it would have been okay, but it's just a bad change by the Mavericks.
Now it's kind of the second goal that we've seen the Winnipeg Blizzard score off somewhat transition play there throughout the middle. Odd man rush the other way, and that results in 2 goals against now for the Mavericks, as there's a battle right in front of the Winnipeg bench, but managing to find that free ball was Jace Dolinsky. Dolinsky takes a turn around his man, now fires one on. Dangerous looking shot. Where'd that end up? It's outside of the goal. That's the only thing the Mavs care about. They'll have to do some defending now. Dolinsky with a great chance for his second of the night. Back the other way now. Winnipeg couldn't get that ball to settle down for them. Luke Hildebrand will clean up. Hildebrand takes it over. 90 seconds to go here in the first. Now Remy Pinchon's got it. Pinchon down right-hand side. Coming out of it is Benko. Nice dish out. Sutherland now. Sutherland fakes the shot. Now he'll take it. That was a nifty couple of moves there from Sutherland, but just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, he definitely put the freeze spray on the defense there with that fake shot.
He's got it back now. 1 second on the shot clock. The Mavericks have run out of time. So.
No, it's a reset. Sutherland should have got a reset on that shot.
Oh, of course, of course. Shot clock didn't reset for us here. This time the shot from Luke Hildebrand will hit a man, come back over half. So Mavericks will have an opportunity to take this back in. Hildebrand.
5 seconds to shoot here. So
now we'll fire one on. Steal shot ends up as a bit of a scramble out front, but eventually pouncing on it there was Isbay.
Another shot clock issue.
Yeah. Andy Angus has it though for the Winnipeg Blizzard, left-hand side. Angus looks to peel away from a couple of Mavs players. Now a low shot from Angus. That one skips up and out of play. Mavs ball. We do have shot clock issues once again. We'll probably get those sorted out in the intermission. We're down to 25 seconds, and just as I say that, play does come to a halt. 25.6 seconds remaining here at the Innisfil Twin Arena, but the Mavericks are going to have a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, Mavs would like to take a timeout here, as Trey would like to have the last possession and last chance to score. You know, if they just let me run the shot clock, I bet you I'd be good at it.
Yeah. Is that where you want to be right now, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's still a pretty good start to this game. I think the Mavericks have seen a lead come and go, but they've played good enough to, I think, have earned a couple more chances. Shots 19-14 in favor of the home side. But what have you seen so far through the opening 19 and a half minutes?
I got Sutherland here. He's going to find the back of the net here. He's got 3 shots really close in front of the net, as well as he's getting offense moving around. I bet you he's going to find the back of the net here pretty quick. He's been a little shifty. I think they're going to tone in on it and say, hey, this guy's not shooting it outside. Let's stick with him. And then he's just going to have to shoot it from the outside because he's done his moves. He's got to the inside. It hasn't worked. Eventually, hopefully it does work and the Mavericks can take a lead. For the Blizzard, they haven't had a 5-on-5 goal. It's always been a transition or an individual effort. So maybe that's like the mental side of they played Red Deer this morning and 5-on-5, they're getting lazy, hoping somebody else does it for them. Kind of deal.
Well, some solid observations, no doubt about that. And like you say, calling that timeout, head coach Trey Christensen will like to set something up here in the final 25 seconds. Final possession will be with the Mavericks if they could play it out the way they just drew it up. Jay Stalinsky lugs it up the floor. He enters your frame and he enters play. I believe the effort there is to sync up the shot clock with the time clock. They have done so unsuccessfully here, so we might hear 2 quick buzzers. Here comes Luke Hildebrand. Hildebrand's pass intended for Sutherland. That one gets away from all the Mavericks players. Now 5 seconds to go. A scramble for it. Both teams still digging away, but nothing's going to come out of this possession as the buzzer sounds. Then that'll do it for the first period of play. Back and forth lacrosse here at the Innisfil Twin Arena. And after 20 minutes, 4 goals. They're split 2 apiece. It's Mavericks 2 and the Winnipeg Blizzard 2 as well. We're going to take a quick breather to go through things throughout this first period. So you're listening to the Mountainview Mavericks on the Mavericks YouTube channel. We're back inside the Innisfil Twin Arena where we're getting set for the second period of play here between the Mountainview Mavericks, of course, and the Winnipeg Blizzard. The Blizz have come a long, long ways for this one. Shots 19-14. It is a 2-2 game. And Dawson, take us through that opening period of scoring.
Starts off with Jay Stalinsky, unassisted goal on the PK, I believe, and the Blizz respond back with a transition kind of goal here as McDonald assisted by De La Roe, or one of the De La Roes, I believe, Xander with that one. Then we go back to Luke Hildebrandt on the, actually it was after the power play, right?
Yep.
Right after, yeah, not a power play goal, just right after, assisted by Little Benko. Just an effort in transition to get it up, got it to Hildebrandt, he settles it down, shoots and scores. And then an unassisted goal by Corbin Wiley for the Blizz to end it off 2-2.
Not bad at all there, and it's been a pretty entertaining game so far. Luke Hildebrandt, of course, another goal in this game. He had a 5-goal performance last Sunday against the Rocky View Silvertips. That was a massive win for the Mountainview Mavericks, of course, and they're looking for another massive win against an East Division team in the Winnipeg Blizzard. Tough test here, and so far it's been back and forth. That opening 20 minutes was nothing but entertaining, so we're hoping that continues as well. But for the Mavericks, a couple things to improve, of course. Dawson, what do you think they have to do a little bit better here over the course of the next 40?
They got to clean up the changes, and you got to clean up what you're doing outside of the ball, right? Sloppy changes, whether it's leaving a guy coming in hot here. We had just about a chance by McDonald again where it's Trey Myers stepping out to take him, and 3 other defenders look upfield instead of protecting what's happening down at home. And it's just those small little things that the Blizz are capitalizing on right now, and I think you got to step it up here and just mentally break them down.
A little bit of discussion here. Brandon Harnick being told to bring some equipment in, but we're going to get down to the floor here and get down to a face-off. 2-2, 40 minutes to go here at the Innisfil Twin Arena. It's a big game for the Mountainview Mavericks, the first of 2 this weekend, but having seen the Red Deer Rampage already drop the game earlier today against these very same Winnipeg Blizzard, it's an opportunity for the Mavs to jump up the standings and take that second spot in the Central Division. Off the face-off, there's a big scramble for both teams digging away, but it's Ethan Fielding who finds it first. Fielding dishes out. Now Winnipeg will get the offense started with Reese White. Back to Fielding. Now down low they go. Change is happening. A little bit of an overlap as Xander Lideron gets it over to his brother and Seth Villaron. And Seth's shot is gobbled up by Alex Swan. A nice pass out of the zone by Swan, looking for Brandon Harnick, who just had that one in and out of the pocket. Harnick now will eventually get the ball to settle down for him. Watches his offense comes over the boards. Harnick goes for the change. Rest of the offense will head out there. Hayden Sutherland, the leading man on the offense, is looking for the ball right now. It won't seem to settle down for him. Now Sutherland's fighting to keep it over the line, but eventually it will go over half, and now Winnipeg has an opportunity to pick it up and head into the offensive zone. Winnipeg setting up left-hand side of our screen here. Andy Angus has it. Angus fakes the shot, now steps inside, fires one on. That one's wide of the target. Gobbled up, Drake May now takes it over half. Drake May doesn't like what he sees, hangs on to it, now will take it towards goal, peels off and gets the passing game going. Erdman, Baumang. Baumang's got it. Steps away from a check, now dishes to Remy Pinchard. Remy Pinchard now one hand back to 2, fires a shot on, and Isbay had to be sharp on that one, swallows it up and hangs on for the rebound. Back the other way. Winnipeg will get a chance over half. Setting up is Carter Ulett. Still with it is Ulett. Doesn't have a passing lane. Now Ulett will fire one on, and that's off the arm of Alex Swan and into the corner. Ulett's the first one on it again. Carter Ulett will dish off. Joined by Ty Woods. Woods now hands it off. Now here's a nice spin move to the inside, and firing the shot off was Evan Fielding, but this time it ends up with a bounce out of play, so the Mavericks have an opportunity to head on over half. Offense getting going here for Mountain View. Jay Stalinsky, left-hand side, has a lane, uses his speed, stops up. Now will look to go back inside, but that lane is closed on him. Hayden Sutherland will look to continue his work. Sutherland slips away from a check. Now will have one pop out of his cradle and end up in the opposite corner. Gardner picks up 5 seconds on the shot clock, firing one on with Sutherland. That one takes a deflection before it could get to goal, and Winnipeg will find it first. Over half they come, setting up some offense. The Blizzard moving it all around. Here's Seth DeLaron, and that one is a beauty of a save from Alex Swan. Myers has it. Trayton Myers over half. The transition game started for Mountainview. Looking for Gardner. That's Drew Barkley, I beg your pardon. And Barkley just couldn't find pay dirt.
Yeah, I think that's the first good Mavericks look on this period.
So we're 3 minutes in. It's been all Blizzard. Setting up in the offensive zone. Wyatt Hoffer again. Hoffer to the outside now. Xander DeLaron. Gallagher backs out to the right-hand side. Now comes back in Xander DeLaron, and that one is steered aside by Swan. Winnipeg chipping back at this shot clock. Up to 19 now. All right, the Blizzard working the way around the perimeter, passing the ball around pretty smoothly here. Stepping inside, Wyatt Gardner. That one's denied by Swan. Ball ricochets eventually into the Winnipeg bench. It'll still be a Winnipeg possession coming out of this. Xander DeLaron down low. Now Paul pops out as there's some defense being played by Ethan Hildebrand. Hildebrand in transition, looks for some support from the bench. She's got it in Gardner. Gardner now takes it into the right-hand corner. Back up top, Luke Hildebrand's got it. 16, now 15 seconds on the shot clock. Dishing off, Gardner has it. Gardner now wanted to go inside, doesn't have a lane. Gives to Gardner, Luke Hildebrand. Now off to Sutherland. Sutherland's pass through the middle is broken up. And the Winnipeg Blizzard have it. Blizzard dish out. Looking to play some defense here, but Winnipeg getting set up in the offensive zone with Seth DeLaron. DeLaron still forced towards the outside, now finds his brother Xander, who fires a heavy shot on, and that's off the leg of Swan. Trayton Myers digging away for it, and eventually will come away with the ball as well. Works his way out in transition, looked to hit Brandon Harnick down low. That ball got away from him, and now there's a battle for it. Harnick kicking at the ball, now stepping on it, looking to get some support from Gardner in that, Drew Barkley in that instance, but well, is unable to do so.
I think it's safe to say they're putting Hildebrand out on the D side here, hoping to get him in transition. That's the third time I've seen him exit. So that's the Mavericks look right now, I believe they're looking for.
And we saw Hildebrand was so successful in the transition game last weekend, maybe trying to spark that once again. Right now setting up is Evan Fielding. He's playing a little pitch and catch with his man in Wiley. Wiley's shot was wide of the target, but it is swallowed up by Winnipeg. Great save by Swan. A stick save at that. And a quick pass out of the zone for who else but Luke Hildebrand, who misses the target. Hildebrand's shot comes ricocheting out. It's right in front of the Mavs bench area now. Turning away from a check is Riley Lodemeyer. Riley Lodemeyer looking for his man in Hildebrand the whole way, but sees that he's pretty well marked, so Lodemeyer will dish off for Baumung instead. Baumung will fire a long, heavy shot on. Remy Pinchot will have to hold on to it. Now lobs one towards goal. It's out of play, however. Winnipeg ball. Blizzard work their way out of the zone. Over the line they come. That is White who dishes off. Right-hand side, it's Ty Woods. Woods now still with it, dishes off. Back to White. Woods has it again. Right-hand side they go. Wyatt Gallagher. Gallagher feeling the heat there from Ethan Hildebrand. Pick set there, however. Now back, working their way out on the give and go. And a collision from Hildebrand into his man in Woods. And then Woods takes out Ryder Istis. And I think this is going to draw a call.
Yeah, 2 minutes by cross-checking. It's that offensive side of the ball. You can't hit the defense. It's simple as can be. Until they have the ball, you can't hit them. That's not how offense works. You get penaltied for it.
Well, there you go. I didn't know that myself, to be honest with you. So we'll keep an eye on that for the rest of the season here. 2-minute power play coming up for the Mavericks. They are 0 for 2 so far. And truthfully, weren't really able to get much of anything set up. They do have a short-handed goal to their credit this evening. And here's the man who scored it, Jace Delinsky. Aiden Sutherland's out there. Back to Delinsky. Pinchot back for Sunderland. Sunderland this time doesn't quite have a lane double man being put on him, but fires a long, heavy shot in. And Isabay hangs on to that one. No rebound either. So that'll allow Winnipeg to pick up the ball. Check there from Hayden Sutherland. He's one possession, 3-on-1. Sutherland pulls up. Now has to wait for reinforcements.
He knows to settle it down here for the power play, then have that rush look.
Want to slow things up, get the offense sorted. Fake pass there from Sutherland. He still has it. Sutherland pulls away from one man. Now he's on a bit of a backhand. Riley Benko. Benko pass back for Sutherland. That one does connect after a little bit of Jimmy Jami. Sutherland gets his man to fall down, then fires a shot on as he was too going to the ground. And that's another solid save from Isabay. Pinchot at half is going to force the turnover here, and Pinchot will take it back over into the offensive zone. Remy Pinchot gets things started. It's flanked here by Jace Dolinsky. Luke Hildebrand's with him. Dolinsky has it again. Down low. Hayden Sutherland. Now it's Luke Hildebrand. Hildebrand winds, fires, and scores. Sounded like the goaltender got a piece of it. Not enough, though, and Luke Hildebrand has his second of the night, and the Mavericks a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, it's a Hildebrand from Sutherland and Pinchot, if I believe so.
Beauty finish there from Luke Hildebrand, though, who is absolutely feeling things right now. You got to think his confidence is sky high, having scored 5 goals in his last outing on Sunday. 2 goals so far this evening. And the Mavericks are certainly happy to have him on the roster.
That's what the doctor ordered. It was looking a little slack. Like Manitoba came back out on fire, and Mavericks just decided to play the same. So good for us to get the first one here.
That's a good prognosis. The start was a little slow here for the Mavs, but they've certainly found their footing here in the second period as Liam Steele gets a heavy collision at center floor. Back the other way comes Winnipeg. There's an opportunity, little bit of an odd man break, but they missed the target.
Here's that Fogo stick. I wonder if he'll make that pass. There he goes.
A long pass up. It's broken up initially there by Drew Barkley. Jordy Benko in a battle up against White, but Benko is going to dig this free. Drake May is out to support him as well. May out to the top of the arc. It's Luke Hildebrand there. Hildebrand, another long shot coming, and Isbay this time will find it with the shoulder.
Yeah, a little skipper.
Looking for the redirection there. Meanwhile, there comes Winnipeg over the line. White still has it. Now we'll dish off for Seth DeLaurent. That was Wiley now. Hands across for Angus. Angus fires one, not missing by much on that instance. But managing to fight possession back there with Seth DeLaurent. And DeLaurent will eventually get one to go. That's a goal against the Mavs. How did that develop there, Dawson? I lost an eye on that.
Hildebrand could have had a loose ball there. It was just a quick play by Seth to pop it out, and then he picks it up, and 6 seconds left on the shot clock. He puts a bouncer past Swan.
So just like that, this game is tied back up. 3-3 the score now. It's been back and forth all night long. No team has had a lead greater than 2 goals.
Yeah, it appears the Mavericks have almost given up so far in this period. Like, they haven't played to their full potential.
Looking for a little bit more out of the black and yellow as back the other way. Here comes Winnipeg looking to answer right away once again, and that's a beauty save, a crucial one off Wyatt Hoffer, who has been all over it so far this evening. Here's Ethan Hildebrand. He'll lug the ball up the floor for Mountainview. As things start in the offensive zone, dishes off for Hayden Sutherland now, left-hand side. Sutherland looks to peel inside. Now a skip shot that ends up not in the back of the net. That ball certainly wanted to go there, but the Blizz keep it out. Hildebrand now out of the transition play. Picks it up, screaming into the left-hand side of the offensive zone. Dishes off for Dolinsky. Dolinsky now for Remy Pinchot. Back it comes for Hildebrand. Hildebrand down low. Here's Drew Barkley. Big Drew Barkley looking to get towards the goal, and this one's swallowed up by Isabay. A little bit of a high press there from Barkley as well. He'll have to pull off for the change as the Blizzard do get themselves over the line. Zach Tinley. Tinley works his way across. Cross feed, now it's gathered. Here come the Blizzard working their way in. Xander DeLaron. That's Ty Woods now, and firing a shot off was Angus, but Angus' shot is redirected. Comes over half. Mavericks have an opportunity now. Remy Pinchard, one-on-one. Pinchard looking to dance around his man, makes his way towards goal, and that's saved by Isabay. In transition again, wide open man is White. White's got it for the Blizz. He'll have to slow down now. Pressure comes from Ethan Hildebrand. Pass comes across, though. It's a successful one for Wiley. Wiley looking to get around a couple of checks here. Wiley has it come out of his cradle only momentarily, though. Quickly picks up the ball again. Good, relentless defense there from Ryder Istis. Now we've got a step over half, so that's a turnover and a Mavericks possession.
Yeah, you see some life here on this Mavericks bench. Some frustration. Hopefully they can pick something up here.
Jordy Benko, cross feed. Gardner, hands off for Riley Benko. Riley Benko gets pushed towards the outside, dishes off for his brother and Jordy. Now down low they come for Ryder Baumung, but that pass is out of his reach, and that'll do it for this possession. Back the other way, here comes Winnipeg, a 2-on-1 developing. Still has it, now they've got it back from Angus, and that was a nice looking try there from Wyatt Hoffer. Hoffer now dishes off for Seth DeLaron. Seth DeLaron, right hand side out of the corner, trying to make some magic happen here. DeLaron again will fire one for the back door, looking for Chablik, but that time nothing coming. And now the Mavericks have an opportunity the other way. Drake May's got it. Drake May into the middle. Luke Hildebrand scores. Luke Hildebrand's got a hat trick, and the Mavericks have a 2-goal lead.
Yeah,
I beg your pardon, that's a 4-3 lead. Moves the track.
Starts with Liam Steele down low. He gets that ball up to May. May just pulls it back and sees Hildebrand coming off that bench. Feeds Hildebrand, and he shoots far side and makes that goalie pay. He's been getting lucky with that hit side. Mavericks have been shooting it there, and it's a high quality shot that he's been making saves on, so one of them was bound to fall, and Hildebrand finally gets it.
Well, the Mavericks have another 1-goal lead here. 4-3 is the scoreline. We'll see if they can hang on to it, but every time a team has jumped out to a lead in this game, the opponent has answered right back.
Called the cement in the boots look.
We've got a delayed call coming up, and it's going to be the Mavericks heading to the PK. Dawson, what'd you see?
Slash on Hildebrand. It's a pretty weak call. I do think it is a slashing call, but not in junior.
Did anybody see where that started from?
Yeah, the ref elects to say that it started behind him, swung through, didn't make an attempt at the stick. It's junior, you're going to see a lot of slashes, right? You can't, if you're going to call that one, the next one better be called, right? And slashing happens a lot in this sport, so it is what it is.
I got to be honest, as someone who's not familiar with lacrosse, sometimes you see a whack come in, you're thinking that's definitely a call, and then sometimes a call comes that, that deceives you a little bit, that's for sure. Meanwhile, back on the power play are the Winnipeg Blizzard. They are 0 for 1 so far, second attempt of the evening. And there's Jay Stolinski getting in the way. He's got a shorthanded goal off that first power play attempt by Winnipeg as well. Stolinski wins possession for the Mavericks. His pass out to Trayton Myers, and originally too hot to handle, but eventually he'll get it to settle down. Harnick now, and Harnick scores! Brendan Harnick, 2 shorthanded goals for the Mavericks, and they've got a 2-goal lead, 5-3.
Yeah, that starts with Jay Stolinski getting that ball in the defensive end, pushing it up to Myers here, and Myers gets to Harnack. I guess the Blizz fell asleep, forgot to make a change, and there you go. Harnack's got his first one of the night.
Well, that's what you got to do against good sides, of course, is capitalize on mistakes, and the Mavericks, they're becoming a pretty good team themselves, and they know how to capitalize, and that was quite the turnover and quite the play up the floor for the Mountain View Mavericks. Jay Stolinski with all sorts of hard work in his own zone to win possession, and Brandon Harnick putting it away. Short-handed goal number 2 for the Mountain View Mavericks, 5-3 the edge. Shot clock also reads 29-24 in favor of Mountain View, but a power play still continues on here for Winnipeg. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 1:20 on the power play. Setting up now is Seth DeLaron. To the outside, it's now with Xander DeLaron, and that's a big presence from Alex Swan. Keeps that one out. Power power play continues on. Xander DeLaurent. Seth, now it's the outside. Dishing out is Evan Fielding, now over to Seth. Seth's got again, now Xander DeLaurent. Xander DeLaurent now fires one on and scores. That one found a way through Alex Swan, and just like that, the Blizz answer back. They've got a power play goal at that. It's 5-4.
Now, I know it's a DeLaurent, but was it 15 or 14?
I think it was 14. Xander, I think, got the final touch.
I know the other brother assisted it, so that's Seth. And that's just, they moved the ball around. I believe he threw a fake. Every defender looked up, and that is a power play goal, but he just puts it short side on Swan because Swan's moving up where the pass should be going, short side.
Well, tough one there, and like I just mentioned moments ago, every time the opponent has scored, the opposition answer right back. So this has been a back and forth game. We've seen leads come and go, and the Mavericks now have just a 1-goal lead, a 5-4 contest, 6:30 to go in the second period. Swimming away from a check there in the offensive zone is Drake May going to work. Jay Stalinsky joins him, but Stalinsky quickly loses possession. Back the other way, it's Corbin Wiley. Wiley's got a goal in this one. He still has it. Eventually goes to pull out a pass, but loses the handle on it. Drake May is the first to pick it up. Drake May still has it. Here comes May. Hayden Sutherland takes it from May. Now Sutherland forced to the outside here. Some hard defense and a high press from Winnipeg, but a pass down low for Riley Benko. Benko now dishes out. Luke Hildebrand's got it. Hildebrand will fire one on. The rebound is quickly gobbled up here by Winnipeg, and they have possession. Isabay has been a busy goaltender, and Luke Hildebrand's been a busy offensive player. He's got a hat trick, and that was a nifty save here, and now we've got something developing down to the scorer's box.
That's just a... You go into the change box, you can't make a hit. Blizz guy hit May there, and May retaliated. Just takes both of them, makes it easy. I think it's roughing, 2 minutes roughing each.
And that'll result in some 4-on-4 lacrosse here as well, so a little bit of extra room to work with. And what do you think, Dawson? Does that favor the Mavs?
I know it favors their transition game because, I mean, the offense is going to look to stay on because they want as much offense as they can. And Mavericks will get that ball quick. I think Hildebrandt and Sutherland will do well 4-on-4. But it just depends on how the defense does.
Well, that it does, no doubt about that. 4-on-4 scenario here as the Blizz will be the first with it. Xander DeLaurent will dish off as his man. And that was a shot off from Fielding, which was denied, but it's quickly gobbled up here by Winnipeg. They fire it off the post. Gallagher couldn't have come any closer than that. Back the other way now. Brandon Harnick fires on, and that one's denied by Isabay. Back the other way. Here comes Winnipeg now. Lots of room out there. Zach Tinley's got it. He fires on. It's denied by Swan. Mavs gather. Headman pass up the floor. Liam Steele can't bring that one down. He'll have to chase it down himself, but it heads towards the goaltender. And now the Winnipeg Blizzard will have a little bit of room to work their way out. Here's a chance for Wyatt Gallagher to get things set up. Caught in the equipment there was a Blizz player. That's going to draw a call, but making his way towards the goal was Gallagher. That was denied. Comes back out, however. Some players pushing and shoving out of the corner, but it's going to be the goaltender heading off here for the Blizzard. Now they've got just 2 seconds on the shot clock. They let one fly, and that'll draw the whistle as well. What's the call coming up? Holding, I believe.
To Hildebrand, yeah, I mean, he just holds the stick there, and that player must have played it perfectly, dropped his glove and stick, and Hildebrand got called for it. I've seen 3 different perspectives here. I got the Blizz holding a couple sticks when they're on offense. I see them on defense. That's another one just like that slash call where if you got to make that call, you're going to have to call every time you see it because it's unfortunate, but that is a part of the game. Guys are going to grab each other.
Well, in the Blizzard, they've got their 1 power play goal already. They're 1 for 2 now, heading to their 3rd opportunity of the evening. Xander DeLaurent, he's got it again, now goes down low. Lots of floor out there. It's 4-on-3 to start out with on this power play. Peeling away from that check and firing firing one on was Fielding. A nice save by Swan. Now a transition play intended for Luke Hildebrand. That one ends up on the goaltender in Isabe. Isabe is safe to gather that up right away. Now we've got about 20 seconds of the 4-on-4 minors to come off the boards, and then it'll be a 5-on-4 power play to continue on with for the Winnipeg Blizzard. Right now, 4-on-3 for the next 10 seconds. Setting it up, offensive zone, a little bit of around the world play, and a quick short angle, or a tight angle, I should say, for Andy Angus. And a solid save from Alex Swan. Ball ricochets all the way into the Mavs offensive zone. Brandon Harnick is down there for it. We're down to 5-on-4 now, so the two come out of the box for those coincidental penalties. 5-on-4 as Brandon Harnick takes it towards goal, and that was a nifty-looking chance, but Isabe swallows that up. Power play will continue on now. 50 seconds of 5-on-4 for the Blizzard. They just scored on the man advantage, of course.
You'll notice Sutherland got trapped out there.
Offensive player stuck out there right now for the Mavericks. Maybe a little bit lost. Sutherland now in a battle out of the corner. I think Winnipeg has recognized that. Working their way on the right-hand side. Seth DeLaurent fires, and that one ricochets just wide. Winnipeg gathers, but not in time for the shot clock. They'll have to turn it up. Back the other way. Here come the Mavs. Play resumes here with Trayton Myris. 18 seconds of shorthanded play continuing on here for the Mavericks. Hayden Sutherland's out there. Part of the offense, of course. Sutherland peels away from the original check. Now looking for the inside. Jay Stalinsky over the shoulder. Nifty looking shot there from Delinsky, but that one's denied. Gathered up now by Gardner. Fresh shot clock to work with. Back to even strength as well as the Mavericks have killed off that power play. Pass intended for Hayden Sutherland. That one's broken up though. Gardner does well to get back to it. Gardner now looks for Sutherland again, but that one again out of the reach of Sutherland. Now it's gathered up here. Carter Ouellette will take it in the offensive zone for Winnipeg. Approaching the 2-minute mark here of the second. Pass out is a sloppy one. Picking it up, Luke Hildebrand. He's away to the races. On a breakaway, Hildebrand scores. Luke Hildebrand's got 4 goals. And he continues his fantastic play here for the Mountainview Mavericks.
Yeah.
9 goals in 2 games.
It's another one by Hildebrand as he picks that one up on a Seth DeLaurent's failed catch attempt and makes the goalie pay for him. I kind of get praise for that one because I told him to do that move, so that's on me.
That's an assist from the color man today. What a goal that was for Luke Hildebrand. And off the draw, it's going to be Winnipeg to get to this loose ball first. They work their way over. There's a scramble at center, but into the offensive zone. Looking to get things set up is Wyatt Hoffer. Dishes back out. Here's Angus who fires one wide of the target. That's going to be ricocheted all the way back over the line here, so the Mavericks will have an opportunity to pick it up in the offensive zone. Riley Benko will do just that. Benko dishes off. He was looking for his man in Barkley, but Sutherland couldn't get to that either.
Yeah, I don't blame Sutherland on that. Barkley should have his head up, but Benko should know not to dish that to a guy with his head down.
Approaching 90 seconds remaining here in the second period. 6-4 the edge for the Mavericks. Blizzard setting up in the offensive zone. Angus has it now. Andy Angus this is. Pulls away from a couple of checks. Angus still has it. Now it dishes across. That's a shot off from Gallagher, who's denied by Swan. Riley Lodemeyer will lug it up half. Gets there and now is waiting for the rest of his troops to come out there. Offensive core joins them. Gardner works his way towards the middle. Gardner passes across for Sutherland. Now back into the inside, and we've got a player down. What happened there, Dawson?
It's a moving pick technically, but I think the player sold it, or just because he played a game beforehand. That physical wears we talked about, the Blizz are going to be physically worn, and he just takes a pick to the back hip and down to the ground he goes.
Yeah, I could definitely think that fatigue is going to set in, especially as we enter the final minute of play here of the second period, and of course into the third period. These Blizzard players have already played a full 60 minutes today, down in Red Deer nonetheless, so they've had to get on a bus since then and make their way up to Innisfail and get back out, get dressed once again in full gear, warm up twice, and now we're seeing some of the effects of that is what we're guessing, but still kind of a concerning moment here. We hope he's all right down there. I believe it's Cal Garriok who got the worst of it. As he does have movement, which is good to see, of course, but we're hoping the best here from the broadcast booth, as it looks like he's about ready to get himself off the floor here. And Garriok makes his way back to his feet. Good to see that after being down for a little extended amount of time.
Looks like it's his upper hip, lower back kind of deal. Might have just caught a cramp or a strained muscle.
Certainly hope that is what it is, and there's nothing worse coming out of it, but I mean, it is grueling to play in this Rocky Mountain Junior B Tier 1 Lacrosse League. Winnipeg having come into Alberta likely on Friday morning, maybe on Friday afternoon, and then play a game right away in Edmonton, of course. Making their way down to Red Deer for a tilt this morning against the Rampage, and then it's an early face-off today as well at 6 o'clock here in Innisfil. We're already basically 2 minutes played, or 2 periods played, as well as we enter with 50 seconds remaining. Blizzard have an opportunity, but it's picked off by Luke Hildebrand. Away he comes. Hildebrand one-on-one, looks to spin around his man, fire a shot, and that's denied by Isbay. Hildebrand gets to his own rebound. Luke Hildebrand still in possession. Hildebrand working away around and finds the back of the net. Luke Hildebrand squeezes through a three-way check, and he finds the back of the net. Luke Hildebrand's got 5 goals in back-to-back games.
Yeah, I'm starting to think he's not human. Gets the first look, great individual effort, gets the loose ball, and then just walks his way in there. I don't know if he wanted to go forward, backwards, and then dives and just tucks it far side. So whatever way you have him, you don't have him in a sense.
Hildebrand entered last weekend's action with 9 goals. He has since added 10 in 2 games played. Outstanding stuff. He's a man on fire right now for Mountainview. Back to center we go, back to the face-off dot. Liam Steele unable to pull this one back, but we've got a whistle right away. Dawson, why is that?
Timeout. Blizz won a chance here to make this game a less gap with 28 seconds to go.
7-4 is the stance. 36-32 is the score right now. It's been an entertaining second period as we go to us after this timeout by the Winnipeg Blizzard, but it's been an entertaining game back and forth. For a while it was kept tight, Dawson, but it looks like the Mavericks have kind of blown things open after a slow start to this period.
This is definitely what they want to see for the Mavericks here. As they bring up this pace of the game here in the second period, wearing and tearing down Manitoba. Luke Hildebrand, definitely a reason why. He's just picking apart this defense in transition. And you look to see a couple of hurt bodies down on Manitoba's bench there. They're getting worn out. That's exactly what you want to see and build this onto the third period. Unfortunately, you get a break here after 28 seconds. That's the best thing for the Blizz right now.
Yeah, they could certainly use the intermission. You get that feeling, having just called that timeout as well. So the Blizz will look to draw something up. I believe it will be their possession as well, if I remember correctly.
It elects to be that way.
What do you think you got to do if you're a Mavs player to kind of capitalize on the fatigue factor a little bit here, Dawson? How do you ensure that the legs run out of gas?
You definitely got to push pace. Make sure that ball is going 100 miles per second. When you got in transition on defense, you got to make sure you're hitting properly. You want to make sure you're wearing and tearing your guy. You're not trying to kill him, but you're trying to. Same thing happened here with the injury. Hit his hips, hit his ribs. That makes it harder for him to just move and fatigue. And then on offense, you got to make sure you're using all 30 seconds. Wear down that defense for sure.
And just a word here on Cal Garriok. He is still kind of keeled over on the bench here for the Winnipeg Blizzard, so he definitely looks to take the worst of that hit. And meanwhile, it's the Blizzard in possession here, their final possession of this second period, just waiting for that clock to get as low as they possibly can. Now with 10 seconds to go, they'll start things off, and here's an opportunity at the right-hand side. Seth DeLaron, and that's a beauty save by Alex Swan. Got a piece of his arm. Now back out front, a one-time play, and that was a nifty-looking attempt by Andy Angus, but it was Swan who made a big save in the dying stages of the second period, and it's the Mountain View Mavericks who enjoy a 7-4 lead as we head into the second intermission. We are going to take a quick pause here to try to get our bearings after a great period of play here for the Mountain View Mavericks. We'll be back to recap it right ahead of the third period. You're, of course, watching and listening to the Mountain View Mavericks on the Mavericks YouTube channel. Welcome back inside the Innisfil Twin Arena, where we are getting set for the third and hopefully final period of play here between the Mountainview Mavericks and the Winnipeg Blizzard. 7-4 the advantage for the home side. The Mavericks have seen a whole bunch of good luck and a whole bunch of good play, I would say, from Luke Hildebrand. Shouldn't call him luck, you should just call him good at this point, that's for sure. Take us through that second period of scoring. Dawson.
Yeah, I have to use most of my sheet up here. It starts with Hildebrand on the power play, assisted by Sutherland and pin shot. Blizz answer back with I believe it is Seth unassisted goal there, and then Hildebrand follows that one up. I'm going to be saying that too many times. Hildebrand from steal and Drake May on a transition, and then Seth again from 9 and 22 for the, or no, sorry, that's Harnack, short-handed from Jace and Trey Myers. And then the Blizz is Xander from his brother Seth. And then Hildebrand goes unassisted back-to-back to give this Mavericks team a 7-4 lead.
That's been impressive, especially the play from Luke Hildebrand. He entered tonight's contest, 14 goals scored. That had him still second behind Hayden Sutherland in team scoring, but still pretty impressive stuff, as we want to thank a few of our great sponsors. Start us off, Dawson.
I got Triple Point Chemical Corporation, TNT Customs, Dave TA Energy Service, 24 Compression, Wellworks Energy Service, Peer Chem Service, and I don't know how, this one must be new. Hydro Testers. There we go. Couldn't read the cursive.
That's what I'm going with as well. I want to thank Platinum Fitness as well as Widmer Realty, Ing and McKee Insurance, TGM, that is True Green Metals, Carey Flaws Real Estate, C&B Electric, and Bulldog Driver Training. Without our great sponsors, the broadcast would not be possible here on the Mountain View Mavericks YouTube channel. We encourage you to get behind your local sporting teams whenever you possibly can. It's a great organization to support, of course, Mountain View Mavericks. They need all the support they can get. We appreciate each and every one of our sponsors, and thanking you for being a part of this local junior team here, bringing Junior B Tier 1 lacrosse to Innisfil. The Mountain View Mavericks will start off here, and off that face-off, digging in was Liam Steele, and looks like he won only momentarily did the Mavs have possession, as coming away with it now is Winnipeg.
Yeah, it was a loose ball pushed by Lodemeyer. Saved the ball up.
Xander De Laurent's got it. He's going to start things off. Wyatt Gallagher takes over. Now right-hand side of your screen. Winnipeg sets up in the offensive zone. Under some pressure there was Evan Fielding. It's turned over back the other way. Brandon Harnick, he's got a breakaway. Harnick on alone, and he misses the target. All alone was Brandon Harnick, but he just put that one over. Felt the pressure from behind. Now back the other way comes Xander De Laurent. He'll get things started. Winnipeg's down 3 here as we enter the third period of play. 7-4 Mavericks lead. De Laurent under some pressure there, but eventually will shovel that ball across for his brother and Seth. Seth De Laurent changes his spots with his brother Xander. Now gets pushed up into the corner, pushed up against the wall, and Ethan Hildebrand has freed the ball up for a turnover.
Yeah, that's good Mavericks D. They're making him waste a full 30.
Coming away now, Riley Benko on the right-hand side. Now down low, Luke Hildebrand. Luke Hildebrand will weave his way around the Blizzard goal. Now steps to the inside, turns back to the forehand, but eventually loses the handle on it. Now it's loose right out front, both sides digging away. Remy Pinchot will free it up. He's first to it. Just 5 seconds on the shot clock, though. He's got to be quick. Remy Pinchot gives it to Hildebrand, and Hildebrand lets fly. That one is swallowed up by Isabay.
He is normal. I guess the goalie can save a shot.
Yeah, it looked for a while there, especially throughout the second, that Luke Hildebrand was a little superhuman. 10 goals in his last 5 periods of play. Now back in the offensive zone is Winnipeg, who gets a little bit of a shot on there, but Swan, no problems with that. The rebound is gathered up here by the Mavericks. Got to get over the line quickly, and Hayden Sutherland will do so successfully. Offense out there now for Mountainview as they get set up with the lead man in Sutherland. Dishes off for Hildebrand. Now goes right down low. Baumung's got it. Not much of a lane towards goal. Fighting off a couple of checks now is Baumung. Now turns up to Hildebrand at the point. Now will look to go down low for Jace Dolinsky, but Dolinsky couldn't hang on to that one. Back the other way now. White takes it over half. White swims his way through a couple of Mavs checks. White still battling away down there. Will eventually dish out. Seth DeLaron has it. Now we'll dish over. Here comes the Blizzard with an excellent opportunity. Wiley was denied in tight by Alex Swan. In transition, here comes Jordy Benko, who fires a quick one on, and that is a shoulder block there by Isabe. Shots 38-35 in favor of Mountain View.
Yeah, quality look there by them in transition. Once again, they just got to find that offensive rhythm.
Ethan Hildebrand making life hard on the Winnipeg Blizzard as they get set up offensively. Xander DeLaron, he's brought to the floor here by a couple of checks. Ryder Istis all over it right now. Look at Istis battle through a couple of checks. Pushes the ball over half. And then loses footing as he goes off, but Ethan Hildebrand keeps things going. Pushes the ball down low. 20 seconds on the work, and they score! Luke Hildebrand with an excellent goal. What a play by Luke Hildebrand, who has 6 goals this game.
That's an assist by older Benko, Riley Benko, and brother Ethan Hildebrand. So that starts with Ryder. It's just that great effort defensive, and then Hildebrand follows up, gets it low, gets it up high to Hildebrand, and Hildebrand, he's in the shooting spot and just, does what he does.
Gotta be honest, I got a little tongue-tied there. I was just taken aback by Ryder Istis. He fought his way through about 3 checks there, pushes the ball over half, and quickly in transition, who else but Luke Hildebrand, who gets himself open, gets himself a long shot on, and finds the back of the net. He's got 6 goals in this contest.
Yeah, you're starting to see a little more wear and tear here on Manitoba's guys going down after a couple hits. This third period's going to be a long one for them.
Yeah, you're absolutely dead right about that. There is some serious fatigue out there with these Blizzard players, playing their 3rd game in 24 hours. Now firing one on, and that's, I believe, off the post there. The Mavs might have gotten a bit of a bounce off the stick of Andy Angus. Now back to the offensive zone, Seth DeLaron. DeLaron looking to weave his way around a couple of checks, does so 3 times successfully, and then a sharp angle shot ends up out of play. That one's off the goaltender last, though, so the Blizzard will keep possession, and they'll keep things going. Down low, Ty Woods provides a bit of a screen for Seth DeLaron. Now we'll get it across. Left side of your screen now, firing a shot on. That was a low shot from Wyatt Hoffer. Not sure if it got through all the way successfully, but Drake May can't hang on to the transition ball. Back the other way now as Andy Angus pulls up top of the arc, waits for some reinforcements, now fires one cross floor, and that one's out of the reach of Seth DeLaron. Alex Swan picks it up. He headmans for Ethan Hildebrand, who's away in transition. Ethan Hildebrand centering pass. Jordy Benko scores. Benko puts the Mavs up by 5. It's 9-4 Mountain View.
Now, I have no idea what number Swan is, but he got the 2nd assist. Number 1. So that's a Swan. Swan makes it on the stat sheet tonight. That's the younger Hildebrand gobbling that ball up on the outside and just looking back and seeing little Benko cut through the middle. Jordy finishes it. He had a great look beforehand. This time he knows where to put it. And that's a Mavericks goal. So that's 4 straight.
Not bad at all for the Mavericks, who have certainly found their offensive rhythm here over the past couple of games. And right off that face-off, a heavy collision by Riley Lodemeyer. And I was speaking with Riley earlier on this week, and he was saying that's something he takes pride on, is his heavy physical play, and right there, the Winnipeg player feels it. Meanwhile, the Blizzard will stay in possession here as they've got 15 seconds on the shot clock. A little bit of round-the-world action here from Winnipeg. Now they'll fire one on from Xander DeLaron. Rebound is a bit of a scramble out front, but Swan will scoop it up. What's the verdict there?
Over and back, I guess, on the crease line there. I believe it was May who had the ball originally, and it dropped back into the crease. Swan played it.
Setting up now Winnipeg in the offensive zone. Wyatt Gardner gets it across. In action is this Carter Ouellette now. Ouellette will just float one towards Swan. No problems with that. And Swan will dish out. Just over the 15-minute mark of this 3rd period. Hayden Sutherland's got it. Mavericks up by 5. It's 9-4. Sutherland gets things set up in the offensive zone. Sutherland down low looking for Hildebrand that time, but it's picked off and now cleanly away to the races is Winnipeg. A little bit of room here from Corbin Wiley, but this play is blown dead. Looks like we've got some players heading to the sin bin, Dawson.
Too many men, if I'm not mistaken. 2 for the slash, 2 for the rough. I was nowhere near it. Shot in the dark, as he called it from all the way back there. I was like, well, it must be too many men. However, it looks like a Maverick player must have ran near their bench and took a little beating as Manitoba gets sloppy here. Coincidentals with Pinshaw and De La Rose. I believe that is older brother Seth.
Because Xander's out there right now, who just shoveled it forward, and Blizzard will start in possession here. 4-on-4 action. Now firing one on. That's off the stick of Evan Fielding. No problem there for Swan, though.
Sorry, I made the mistake. Seth is out there, Sanders in the box.
No, Xander is out there.
No, 15.
15 Seth.
Yeah, and that should be... Oh, no, that's not Xander either.
There we go.
Maybe it's the other De La Rose. We got 3 of them.
Well, we'll have to figure it out. One of the 3 is in the sin bin. And now the Mavericks are in the offensive zone, and that's a nifty-looking shot from Hayden Sutherland. Didn't miss by much, but will make its way all the way back out at half. Only 1 second on the shot clock, a desperate Hail Mary attempt. That one was a good shot on goal, but the Blizz do get to the ball first. Now over half, they work their way into the offensive zone. Carter Ulit now peels away from one check. Can't go by the second, however, as big Brandon Harnick is in the way. Wiley will dish off. Wiley for Ty Woods. Ty Woods now makes his way into the middle. A nice save from Swan. Rebound collected by Winnipeg. Now back out they go. It's picked up cleanly. What an interception by Brandon Harnick, who's away. Brandon Harnick, he's got a goal already this game. Looking for Jordy Benko, who also has one, but those two can't connect. And now back the other way, the Blizz will head over half. Nice defense there from Drake May to slow things down, but it's the Blizz who stay with it. Gallagher down low for Seth DeLaron, so can't be him who's in the box. Now Seth DeLaron getting a beating there in the corner. Ryder Istis, he's been hard to play against all night long. Now firing one on is DeLaron. That one's well wide of the target. Ricochets all the way back out to half, but not over. Now eventually the shot clock sound will buzz, and that'll do it for that possession. But how about the play of Ryder Istis so far?
Yeah, we mentioned him quite a bit here. It's just his second efforts in the defensive side of the ball he's been great on. He's doing a job here for the Mavericks that's not spoken highly of right now. So good to see him get back in the game.
Here comes Luke Hildebrand again as we come back to full strength. 5-on-5 here at the Innisfil Twin Arena. Left-hand side of your screen is the ball. It's down there with Remy Panchon, who is forced to leave it there for the Blizz player. Winnipeg has possession. They come out with it first. Brendan McDonald. McDonald turns off for a change, now setting up the offense here. Ty Woods escapes 2 checks, now fires one on. That was a good-looking chance for Ty Woods, but that ball is eventually gathered by the Mavs, but they get only to half, and now we've got players falling left and right out there, and I believe that was a blown tire there from Logan Chavlik, who's a little hobbling headed off, but now back in the offensive zone is Winnipeg. No rest for the wicked as Xander DeLaron is out there. Gives it for Gallagher. Now Wiley has a chance to look at it. He dishes off for Seth DeLaron. Seth works his way to the middle. At the top of the arc, he fires, and that one ricochets wide. Xander's got it now. Eats a check there, but keeps possession alive. Xander fires one on, and that one is denied by Swan. Rebound ricochets all the way back out, and Drake May will scoop it up. Drake May is into the offensive zone. May dishes off.
Gonna hear it a lot here. Slow it down from Trey as he wants this Mavericks offense to control the game, or the last 11 minutes of it.
Mavs are up 5, of course, 9-4. Jay Stalinsky was looking for it at the top of the arc, but that pass got away from him. Now the Mavericks will have to head all the way back in their own zone. Brandon Harnick will watch it go into the corner as the Blizzard have to pick it up and resume possession. Carter Ulit will be the first on it. Ulit, he's got it. Takes a dance into the middle, doesn't like what he sees, takes a step back outside. Now we'll pass it towards the middle. That's a dish across for Gallagher. Gallagher now back over. Fielding has it. We've got an arm in the air though. Now some pushing and shoving. Seth DeLaron involved. It looks like Ryder Istis is right in the middle of that as well.
Yeah, I mean, quite a change around for him. He was injured, comes back, and the name, I mean, we just said it all night. He's been unreal. Draws a penalty on the top offensive guy here for the Blizz, or at least one of the top guys. So, great effort, way to control your emotions and not take one. And now you're in coast mode here. If you want to add another tally to the scoreboard, might as well, but at the same time, you got 2 free minutes to kill.
Well, he has been all over at Ryder Istis in his first game back from injury. He's going to have to head to the sin bin on this instance, so we'll see if any side gets a power play out of this. I would imagine we just stay at even strength, but the referees will tell us differently. But again, just the presence that he brings to this team. It was a notable absence, I would say, last Sunday, despite the Mavs' victory, of course, over the Silvertips. The face-off dot just seemed to be a little bit lacking, and he brings a certain sense of physicality to the lineup.
Absolutely, and I totally thought Mavericks got the power play here. I'm mistaken. I believe it's going to be roughing. Refused to letting it go, I guess. Ryder Istis didn't want to let it go, I guess.
It's nice to have this vantage point sometimes, because we get a first-hand look into the conversation here between the leadership core of the Mavericks and, of course, the Winnipeg Blizzard as well. Riley Lodemeyer taking these instructions back to the bench here momentarily, but just trying to figure out why we're not heading to a Mavericks power play. Still, though, it's been a pretty decent effort here from the Mountainview Mavericks. A little slow to get into this game, I thought, Dawson, but they have since come alive, and 6 goals from Luke Hildebrand is going to really help with that.
Yeah, it was hard to see what team traveled 15 hours before. If I didn't know it was the Blizz, I would have guessed the Mavericks here. They came out what we call cement foot. You get a goal, you get relaxed. The other team gets a goal, you get a goal, you get relaxed. We call it cement foot. You're not building yourself any higher than what you were before. So good to see Luke Hildebrand take charge here and bring up spirits, and the Mavs just continue to roll on in this game.
So I think this is going to be the 3rd time this game that we're going to play 4-on-4 lacrosse here for 2 minutes. And away to the races is Winnipeg. They've got possession first. Ty Woods has it, takes a step to the inside, now fires on. That one's off the post. Woods hits the post square on. I think that's the 3rd post that Winnipeg has hit so far tonight.
Yeah, not a lot of luck on their side of the shooting. Maybe it's just Alex Swan taking away all the net.
There we go. We're going to credit the goaltender. Nice play out by Woods. That was to fielding, but another nice defensive play there made by Swan, I believe. Here's Harnick away to the races. Oh, Harnick eats a couple of big collisions, but does get the ball over half. That'll give his team a little bit of a breather. Harnick needs a change. Back over is Winnipeg into the offensive zone. 4-on-4. Here's an opportunity. Nice little move for, I believe that was Hofer who lost the handle. Now the Mavericks have an opportunity the other way. Ethan Hildebrand's with it now. He'll dish off for Riley Benko. Riley Benko, a little bit of speed, but pulls away. Baumung now. Left-hand side is Sutherland. Sutherland now looks to peel away from his man. 55 seconds of 4-on-4 remain. 10 seconds on the Mavs. Shot clock, as that's a sharp angle shot from Remy Michaud. That gets denied. Michaud blows a tire heading back into the defensive zone, so it's a 2-on-2 developing here for Winnipeg, but they'll slow it down. And now coming away is Ulit, and Ulit heads towards goal, and he scores. Finds a hole through Alex Swan, and Carter Ulit gives his side a little bit of life here, making it a 9-6 game. Nice move there from Carter Ulit, who did all the hard work to get the ball into the offensive zone, then dished off a couple of checks before working his way to the side of the goal there on the left-hand side and finds an angle through Swan.
That's Ulat assisted by the Tendy. It's giving me Andre Isbell. So both Tendys getting on the stat sheet here for some assists. And that's where I come back to that question where you asked, are the Blizz or the Mavs in the benefit for 4-on-4? I think it's the Blizz right now because Mavericks had them controlled 5-on-5, and now all that open area for the Blizz. They're just making the Mavericks pay.
They certainly did seem like the more dangerous bunch. And here, right in front of us, we had an instance of a player stepping over Trayton Myris. Myris a little bit banged up there, but the refs don't catch that one. It'll be the Blizzard away to the races here in the offensive zone.
Yeah, something to acknowledge. We only got 2 refs today.
It is a rarity, actually. Here's Andy Angus, still working his way in the offensive zone, has a lane, fires one on the rebound. It's collected by the Blizz, and they fire one home. It's Corbin Wiley. He's got 2 in the night, and suddenly it is a 9-7 game.
No,
Yeah,
9-6, 9-6.
I thought it was 9-7, but it is 9-6.
And that is was that Corbin Wiley?
Yes, that was.
By Andre Andrews.
Must have a scoreboard error here, or a broadcaster error nonetheless, but it's a 9-6 game, and after 2 quick ones there from the Blizz, it looks like the Mavs has taken a timeout.
Yeah, I believe Trey's telling him to slow it down. You got to pick up the momentum as well on the O side. You got to get something banging around, taking away the momentum from the Blizz. Defense got to get better there. You can't let 2 chances like that. They get the shot, bad shot off by the Blizz, and then just a trailer, man. You got to pick up that guy cutting through, and he makes Alex Swan pay one-on-one.
There's 9 minutes even still to play here in this third period. I mean, that's lots of times in the lacrosse world, I would say, Dawson, and it seems like Winnipeg has the momentum. How do the Mavs stop that?
It's definitely going to start with those core players like Hildebrandt. Lodemar's going to have to control his D. Harnack's going to have to control the transition, make sure guys are getting up the floor on time, and you just got to take away their possessions as much as you can. Loose balls, face-offs, whatever it is.
And do the little things right here over the next 9 minutes, and they could come away with another very big victory over the Winnipeg Blizz, playing their 3rd game in less than 24 hours. They faced off with Edmonton yesterday right around 8 o'clock. I believe it was a 10 o'clock face-off this morning. You correct me if I'm wrong there, Dawson, but an early start this morning, early start this evening as well. 3 games in 24 hours, and we'll see if the Blizzard have some fight left in them. They've lost possession here, however. Ethan Hildebrandt is going to be Johnny on the spot to pick that one up. Works his way over half. Ryder Baumung takes it in, gives it to Hayden Sutherland. Sutherland peels away from a check, now dishes up top for Riley Benko. Benko down low, he goes. We've got a whistle though. What'll it be?
He stepped in the crease and then got the ball. You can't do that because some reason it's an advantage, I guess. So they gave Drew 1 for the crease and now 1 for slashing her high stick.
Yeah, that's an obvious one coming up. Of course, we can hear it all the way over here, but it looks like Drew Barkley's going to be heading off here for a high stick. But nonetheless, possession stays alive now for the Blizz, who fire a shot on, and eventually it is corralled by the Mavericks, and we'll have the whistle sound, and it is a slashing call coming down to Drew Barkley.
To go back to your question there, not going on the penalty kill was one of the key things, I guess I forgot to mention. As the Mavericks are going to have to come big up here in the PK, whether it's a transition look or kill in 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, they got to do something here. As Blizz are in the last 170 minutes out of 180 this weekend. So, 3 games.
Sounds exhausting, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
All that travel in between as well, having already traveled in from Winnipeg to Edmonton, up to Red Deer, down to Innisfail, before finally being able to go home after this one. Meanwhile, for the Mavericks, they'll be in action tomorrow afternoon as well. They'll be on the road heading to Beaumont to do battle with the Junior Outlaws.
That's a game we're going to have to play great as well, because Beaumont's not the best team, but they're not the worst team by no means. And if you play them like they're the worst team, you're going to get the best team out of them. So you got to bring the A game for sure.
And again, it's so important that the Mavs pick up every point they can possibly get, because this Central Division, it looks like the Tips are kind of running away with things, but then between 2 and 3 and 4, it's going to be a tight race. The Chill are still very much on the heels of both the Mavs and the Rampage.
Absolutely.
Into the offensive zone come the Blizzard. They're looking to get things set up and rather quickly as well on this power play. 4th opportunity on the man advantage of the evening, and they've got 1 goal to show for it. Loose ball here. I think that was a fake shot clock there from the Mavericks bench, and now picking it up and scoring right away. The Blizzard answer on the power play. I believe that was Logan Chablik who's going to get credit with that. Just got to see the number here as we're waiting for them to show our backs, or show their backs, I should say. No, that's going to be Andy Angus who gets credit with it.
I don't know if I'm giving out any assists here, as it was loose ball after loose ball battle, but I believe 15 was the last guy to touch it close to the boards here.
Well, that's another quick goal for the Winnipeg Blizzard, who have scored, what is it now, 3 goals, I should say, in quick succession. And they are putting the comeback on here on the Mountainview Mavericks, who cut the lead now 9-7, the advantage.
That's both De La Roe brothers with an assist here on that 7th goal.
2nd power play goal of the night as well, it should be mentioned, for the Winnipeg Blizzard.
And it seems that the floor has sloped down towards the Mavericks then.
Momentum has definitely done a 180 throughout this game, and now it's the Mavericks who are somewhat on their heels.
Yeah, with the 2-goal lead here, you don't expect to be on your heels too often. 7 minutes to go, but Blizz fighting back in this last 10 minutes has really changed how this outcome is going to be.
Yeah, 3 straight unanswered goals here for the Blizz. This period, of course, started with a 9-4 Mavericks lead. Well, here we go.
7-4 lead here.
7-4 lead it was. Now I'm 1 goal off the entire night, it seems.
It's all good. Maybe we traveled 15 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like we've been busy. I was at the Danes Ranch Pro Rodeo last night, so
that would do it.
Rodeo weekend in town, and it's been a real bullfight here between these two teams so far. It's been a great lacrosse game, no doubt about that, and we're still not even close to done. 7:43 to go here in the third after this draw is won back by Ryder Istis. Mavericks looking for it, though. Need to find this ball, and they will eventually. Jordy Benko takes it down.
Gets a lucky one as he goes over and back.
He certainly did. He absolutely went over and back. I was thinking that in my head, too, but the Mavericks will take that bounce, and they'll head into the offensive zone. It's been all Blizzard this period, but Jace Dolinsky looks to change that, and he does. Dolinsky finds the back of the net and regains the Mavericks' 3-goal lead, 10-7.
Yeah, Mavs getting into double digits here, and it's from Hayden Sutherland, and Dolinsky finds the far side as he tucks in his second one of the night.
Second of the evening for Dolinsky. Boy, did the Mavs need that one, Dawson. It just seemed all the momentum was with Winnipeg. They get a quick strike after that, a little bit of a lull, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, absolutely. Get one back here. You change the momentum, put hope back into the crowd here as the Mavericks take a 3-goal lead again.
And it should be noted that on the shot clock, it's the Winnipeg Blizzard who have taken full control of that stat, 49-41 now. The Mavericks had led in that category all the way through this game until about the 15-minute mark of the third. Meanwhile, the Blizzard back onto it, and they're back into the offensive zone. They'll need a quick strike of their own to get it back down to 2, and if they want to put a comeback on, they'll need a couple more. Here comes Seth DeLaurent. Seth DeLaurent now looking to fight away from a couple of Mavs checks. DeLaurent takes it to the middle. He misses the target, but that one's gathered up quickly now by the Blizz. Firing one on his brother Xander, and that one is denied. Can't tell if Swan got a piece of that or is blocked, but nonetheless, Luke Hildebrand comes away. Here comes Luke Hildebrand, right-hand side, looking to charge his way towards goal. Over the shoulder attempt, but that one skips up and out of play.
Yeah, I don't think I'm happy if I'm coach there. I'd rather waste 30 seconds than take a shot like that.
Back the other way now. Setting things up are the Blizz. Andy Angus slips away from a couple of checks here. Angus towards the outside now. Now we'll fire a long distance shot on, and that one is wide of the target. Gathered by Liam Steele. Steele headmans quickly now up the floor is Noah Perez. Perez has it, slides one over for Ethan Hildebrand. Hildebrand now back up top, Hayden Sutherland. Sutherland now will look for his core. Took a couple of looks around before finding an open man on the right-hand side. Fired in from Riley Benko. Scooping at the ball is Hayden Sutherland, but that one is blown dead. It'll be a Blizz possession. Coming away with it now. Here they come, working their way into the offensive zone. Nifty little bit of action there from Carter Ulett. Doesn't have a shot, though, and now will peel away with it. Carter Ulett, he does fire a shot, but that's a low one. Looking for the skip, ends up out of bounds. Gathered by the Mavericks. Right-hand side of your screen, working his way up. Riley Lodemeyer, the captain, dishes from a couple of checks and eventually will give it away. Here is Barkley, big man in possession. Drew Barkley fires one across the floor for Hildebrand. Hildebrand's got it. Now Hildebrand with a soft touch inside for Baumung. Baumung now looks to weave his way around, dives into the crease area, fires one on, but that one stays out. Nice try there for Ryder Baumung as we approach the 5-minute mark of the third. Mavericks up 3. It's 10-7 at the Innisfil Twin Arena. Here is Big White, number 23 for the Blizz. Takes it into the offensive zone. Now firing one on is Andy Angus. That one's wide of the target. Swallowed up here by Ethan Hildebrand. Looks to headman up the floor. Fakes the pass. Now hits Hayden Sutherland in stride. Sutherland dishes off. Benko hits the post. That was Jordy Benko who rang the iron. Mavs look to keep it in their half, and they do so only momentarily as Brendan McDonald picks it up. McDonald now still has it. One-hand scoop across. That one-timer just fanned on by the Blizz.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know why Benko shot that one back over. He hit the post, and he knows that's a good. It's a shot off, so it counts. So you can go back over, but turnover by the Mavericks.
firing a shot on there. Decent save off the stick of Wyatt Hoffer by Alex Swan. Blizz keep possession alive though. Seth DeLaron's got it. DeLaron makes a couple of shimmy shakes, gets his way into the middle, now fires one on. Don't think Swan saw that one, but it soared right over his head. Swan now will pick this one up and dish out. Trayton Myers is going to lug this one over half. Fakes the pass to Benko, now gives it down low. Erdman for Hayden Sutherland. Sutherland rags this ball. Taking more time off the board. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Looking for Hildebrand, and Hildebrand loses his footing. He was pushed into the crease area. What'll it be here, Dawson?
I believe it's a push from behind, cross check. Hit from behind is the call. I could have given any one of those on the checklist, but I think it is a weak call. 3-minute game, three goal difference. I don't think I'm giving that one. That's a tough one to swallow.
Now the Winnipeg bench certainly agrees with you here, Dawson. They're letting it known to the official. Coach is pretty adamant about that call, but nonetheless it will stand as a power play coming up here for the Mavericks. They've been successful once prior.
4-minute power play. They can waste the end of this game.
A 4-minute power play coming up here for the Mavs, and like Dawson says, they can take this one right down to the bone. Only 3:25 on the scoreboard, now 3:50 of PP. Here's Jay Stalinsky who lets fly, looking for the hat-trick goal, but that time it wouldn't go. Blizz on it first, but it's a hard task here for Wiley to try to get it out of his zone. Wiley makes the pass. It's turned over. Here come the Mavericks. Here's Hayden Sutherland. Delinsky now down low they go. There's Riley Benko, who is absolutely denied there by Isbay. His best save of the night.
Some fancy passing from the Mavericks. Nonetheless.
Blizzard keep things going here. It's been a real spirited affair down there as well between these two sides. They don't often see each other, of course. Winnipeg being in Winnipeg and Mountain View being in Mountain View. Here they come though, down low. A nice looking over the shoulder kind of shot off, but a decent save from Alex Swan. Not about to allow that to go in. Over half is Luke Hildebrand. He'll be content to slow things down. Dishes for Hayden Sutherland.
He probably thinks he has enough goals tonight. He doesn't need another.
6-goal performance so far for number 77 in the black and yellow. Here comes Sutherland to fire one on. I think that took a redirection before it made its way towards goal. Now it's gathered up by Winnipeg. They'll take it over half. There's Garriock who rejoins play after being down injured there towards the tail stages of the second period. Looks to be no worse for wear, which is a good sign, of course. In the offensive zone, Winnipeg, they're back at even strength, but they're unable to hang on to it. Pardon me, not even strength. They pulled out their goalie. Here's Hayden Sutherland with the look, and he scores. Hayden Sutherland seals the deal here for the Mountain View Mavericks. 11-7 is the score line. Mavericks up 4 with 1:50 to go.
Sutherland shoots the thumbs up. He knows the job's done here. I'm just waiting for the assist call here as I was watching Sutherland score, unfortunately.
I was hearing even. That's because the Blizz had obviously pulled their goaltender, and that opened it up. But right away, the Mavericks were able to turn that ball over, and with an offensive scorer like Hayden Sutherland, not going to miss that one. Finds pay dirt. That's a big goal here for the Mavericks, who have all but sealed this one.
Delinsky returns the favor to Sutherland and decides to assist Sutherland this time, and they get it done for the Mavericks.
Xander DeLaron's not quite done yet, though. Trying to find a goal back. Dishes out. Now it's a long shot off from Evan Fielding. That one doesn't quite make it towards the goal. It's gathered up first here by Winnipeg, though. Now firing a low shot at Seth DeLaron, and that one is turned aside into the corner. Peeling away now. Here's Fielding again with a low shot this time, but the whistle blew before he could let it go, and now that's a turnover. Mavericks ball. 1:20 to go here at the Innisfil Twin Arena. Hard time getting over for Riley Lodemeyer, but does the job. The captain for the Mavericks still in possession. Lodemeyer dishes across. He was looking for Hildebrand. That time it's intercepted through the middle. Last minute to play here in the third period. An opportunity for the Blizz to get one back. What a save that was from Alex Swan. Zach Tinley in all alone, denied by the goaltender. Trayton Myris. Gardner now has it. Gardner, Remy Pinchon. Here is Luke Hildebrand. Does he have one more? Dishes for Gardner, back to Hildebrand. Hildebrand now top of the arc, has an opportunity, fires on, denied there by Isbay. What a save that was. 25 seconds to go as the Winnipeg Blizz will have one last opportunity up the floor. Double team assignment being called here from the Mavs bench. Ryder Istis is there to push his man to the ground. Blizz keep possession alive though, even if it's only momentarily. Xander DeLaron for his brother, and Seth DeLaron fakes the shot. Now will fire from the top of the arc. That one is blocked by Ryder Istis. What a game it's been for number 25, and what an effort it's been for the Mountainview Mavericks. They win their second in a row, 11-7 over the Winnipeg Blizz. That is now two very impressive statement victories for the Mountainview Mavericks, who improved their record to 7-4-1. Meanwhile, the Winnipeg Blizzard will fall to 6-5-1. What a contest that was, Dawson. We saw it all, but the Mavericks, they found a way to pull away with the lead there throughout the second period, and they really never looked back.
Yeah, that's where playing the 60 minutes comes into play here, and I don't knock the Blizz as they played a total of 180 minutes this weekend. But you got to play all three quarters, and thankfully the Mavericks didn't have to play a game this morning because I think it would have been a tighter score.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. You got to keep in mind, of course, this was the third game in less than 24 hours for the Winnipeg Blizzard, and they just had a victory this morning over the Red Deer Rampage. But back to the Mavericks, of course, that's what made this game so much more crucial for the Mavericks, is that it was a bit of a game in hand, so to speak, over the Rampage, and they get the job done. They take the points home, all of the points at that, and they will jump up into second place in the Central Division. For how long, that's yet to be determined, but if the Mavericks can take care of work tomorrow afternoon as well against the Junior Outlaws, then that's going to go a long way to making sure that they have home court advantage, home floor advantage for the first round of the playoffs when that time does in fact come. But Dawson, I mean, we've had some standout performances here throughout the season. Who has stood out to you with our 3 stars?
I think we both know who the first star should be. Luke Hildebrand here, he gets 6 tonight, and
just 6
for the boys. Honorable mentions I got up there was Jay Stalinsky getting 4 points here tonight. I think 2 goals, 2 assists. Hayden Sutherland assisting 3 goals tonight and getting the empty netter. But I got Alex Swan here, the second star. 54 shots, 7 goals against. You got to give it to him. And then my third star, not that he made the stat sheet, but the hardest effort tonight, Ryder Istis.
Absolutely.
I think that's pretty easy for us to call.
I think Istis was a big difference maker in different aspects of the game. May not have hit the score sheet necessarily, but winning face-off, a big physical presence down there is just, in general, hard to play against, I thought, and that was a little bit lacking against the Silvertips. But despite that, the Mavericks have now won 2 games in a row and 2 games against very tough competition. What do you think the mood is like in the locker room right now? How's the confidence level?
I think all smiles for the boys in the room there, but we do have 60 more minutes on Sunday, so we're not going to go out and party just yet. We got to wait till Sunday.
And you mentioned it a little bit during the broadcast, but what kind of game do you expect tomorrow afternoon against the Junior Outlaws?
I call them a mid-tier team here. They're in third, I believe, in the South, or the Crew might have just passed them. They're a great team. They got runners, they got scores. They can do it all if you bring the worst, but if you bring the best, you shut them down. They'll break down easy. I've watched a few of their games. Fortunately, I made it out there down to Edmonton. If Mavericks bring the A game, obviously you're not in the home barn, but you still got to bring all the energy with you as if you are, and you just got to take the mood from the get-go. You got to win the possessions, you got to win the little battles. It's in between the whistles. You can't take the dumb penalties, and Luke Hildebrand has to score 7 this time. So 7 is the bar to set. He scored 5 last weekend. He's got 6 on the board in tonight's game, so we'll see if he can get the 7. He had a couple of extra looks in this game, so no reason why he can't. We want to quickly thank some of our great sponsors. They, of course, include Triple Point Chemical Incorporation, Deveda Energy Services, TNT Customs,
24/7 compression, WellWorks Energy Services, Pure Chem Services, Hydro Testers. Visit hydrotesters.com for more details. Field and Forage Brewing, and of course Systems Group Construction Services. Who else would we like to thank there, Dawson?
I got Platinum Fitness, Weedman Realty, little tongue twister, and we said Ig McKay Insurance, TGM, and Carrie Flaws Real Estate, C&B Electrician, and Bulldog Driver Training.
Thank you to all our great sponsors for helping make these Mountain View Mavericks games happen on our YouTube channel. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as we have tonight. It's a big victory for the Mountain View Mavericks, 11-7 victors, and that is going to go a long ways in the standing, of course. Boost their record to 7-4-1. Next action coming up at home will be against the Kings. That is on June 22nd, and only 3 home games remaining here on the Mountain View Mavericks YouTube channel. That includes against the Rampage on July 5th and the Chill on July 14th. But for now, it's a victory for the Mavericks, 11-7. It's Baron Van Klooster and Dawson Naylor signing off for tonight.